Back at 8:31, I'm Kelsey Davis.
And I'm John Snell. Powerful Hurricane Ian taking aim at the Florida coast. Gard, technically 10 miles an hour of forward motion, but you look at that satellite view and it just doesn't look like it's moving much.
Yeah, really, these last couple of frames there, you can see it's not really moving. We're seeing that eye clearing out a bit there, so that is not good news. We're seeing that trying to stall out, but it is moving very slowly. The latest advisory came out at the top of the hour, and we have 155-mile-an-hour winds right now. We know Category 5 is 157 mile an hour. So this is a high-end Category 4 hurricane, almost Category 5 there. And this is going to impact the west coast of Florida as we go throughout the day today. So with that slow movement, that landfall is going to be later in the afternoon. It's going to take a couple of hours for this to move inland. And you can already see we have those winds up to 60 miles an hour sustained now in some of those offshore buoys there. We're also seeing 50-mile-an-hour winds up in Sarasota. So it is getting very, very catastrophic damage is coming for the west coast here, and it's looking like Fort Myers is where that eye is headed for, somewhere to the north of there as well. But you can see with this rotation, we are getting those onshore winds, and that is not good for that storm surge there. We also have heavy rain bands impacting much of the area. So if you look at our tornado detection there, this is winds headed towards the radar and away from the radar. That radar is located in Tampa. You can see we are seeing some of those winds showing 140 mile an hour as we head away from the radar there. Now this is elevated because that is a very onshore radar there. So that means that we are seeing some of those high winds could be even higher. And the hurricane hunters have been flying around Hurricane Ian throughout the day today. Some of those detected even 158 mile an hour winds there. So definitely a strong storm as we continue to watch this as it makes landfall. We're really concerned about the storm surge there. You can see where those winds are going onshore around the center. That's where we'll see that worst storm surge, 12 to 18 feet of storm surge in some of these areas around Fort Myers. Inland in the bays, we could see 9 to 12 feet of storm surge, so definitely catastrophic for parts of the western coast of Florida today. So not something that we want to see. Alongside that rain as well, some areas could see over 15 inches of rainfall as it heads inland. Still seeing that heavy rain, over 20 inches of rain as it heads towards Orlando. And it's going to stay pretty strong as it heads inland. We will see that weakening to a Category 1 as it heads into the Florida Peninsula. Now, we have a lot of dry air for us, and you can see that cutting there with that cold front. That is helping to strengthen it as it pulls it northward. But for us, we're just seeing those clearer conditions. So behind that front, in the 50s and 40s up to the north, we're in the 70s right now along the coast. And then you can see the storm sitting down to the south of that cold front. Now, we have a lot of dry air because of that front. We have lots of sunshine today. It is feeling gusty, though. Those winds out there are feeling cool from the north. So we're in the 60s on the north shore, 59 in Slidell, still in the 70s on the south shore along the lake. Homa still in the low 60s this morning. So it is feeling a bit chilly and fall-like out there, but we're going to have very gusty winds today. Those sustained winds could be 20 to 25 miles an hour, and those gusts up to 40 mile an hour out there. So it's going to continue to be nice throughout this week. That front is just going to continue to bring us those cooler temperatures and dry air, and we're really going to be into the mid-80s at least through the start of next week. Now,